What would you do if you're sitting at home all alone and you don't have a bike? You got a car, but you want to get a bike now. What you're gonna do is go on a site now. Ow. All right, all right, all right. All right, so we're gonna start on the lower end of this thing, and we're gonna look for a bike. And since I am a woman, we're gonna start with women bikes. If I can find it. Women's bikes. Yay. All right, there we go. So I'm gonna see if they have the very first bike that I actually purchased from Walmart. Yes, here she is. And this was actually the first bike that I bought from Walmart. And I'm saying first because there was obviously more than one. Okay, so this bike, if you go down to look at the descriptions, it's going to tell you pretty much about this bike. It's a lightweight aluminum frame with suspension fork, 21 speed drivetrain, Shimano rear derailleur. A couple of things I want to point out. Okay, so easy action twist shifters. Yes, it is easy to twist the gears to switch into different gears, but over time I found that I actually like a gear shifting system where I just press a button versus twisting because all that twisting action kind of wears on the wrist a little bit. And the quick release seat post, I love that because that made it very easily to adjust the seat height if I needed to have it lower or have it higher. Now, one thing I noticed that it's not saying how much this bike weigh. I don't even remember how much it weighed, but the good thing I do see here is that the weight limit is up to 275 pounds. Now, with that, it's 275 pounds is the weight limit. So if you're under 275 and you put things on your bike, you don't want to weigh that bike down more than 275 pounds. So that's one good thing to know about when you're purchasing a bike. And also, one thing also about Walmart bikes is that they can put the bikes together there for you, but you have to always double, triple check to make sure they put the bike together accurately. Because let me tell you, I had to take my bike back to Walmart before. I had to take one of my kids' bike back to Walmart because they had the handlebar on backwards. One, they didn't have the brake pads done correctly on the bike, and it was just a heck of a hassle. Even though we did have a good time riding that bike. Now, as you can see, this particular bike only cost $198. So if you have a very short budget and you definitely want to get out there and get a bike, there's nothing wrong with starting first at Walmart. Everybody don't have like big, expensive store brand, bikes. So they can spend hundreds or maybe even thousands of dollars on bikes. So nothing wrong with getting a secondhand bike or things like that. And also, when I first started getting into bikes, I didn't really know how to get the right size for bikes because I just started pretty much riding bikes in 2020 when the pandemic hit. So I guess you could say initially I was kind of like a pandemic cyclist. Though I wouldn't call myself that now because I like to ride more often now. But anyway, there's usually a size chart and it pretty much goes by height. Like if you're under 5'6" or over 5'2", something like that, they would tell you to get a 26-inch wheel bike. And that's how these bikes are sized in this particular store. Also, also most important, when you're buying a bike, right, you want to know how you're going to carry that bike home. So let's say you have a four-door car and you need to get a bike rack. Okay, so we put in bike rack and let's see what comes up. I mean, I wasn't really specific. Oh, look at that. Okay, so the first thing that came up was the Ellen Sports Deluxe two bicycle trunk mounted bike carrier. Okay, now, now shows on here, you can pick it up today, shows the availability if you want to get it delivered. And I don't know why this picture isn't showing up. But anyway, but usually on the back of these boxes, it'll show you which vehicle these things can go on. And another thing, so it tells you the maximum amount capacity of a bike. Now this one is saying 70 pounds max capacity. Now look at this. It's also showing that it's a deluxe 2 bicycle trunk mounted bike carrier rack. Now, if you have 2 bikes on here, you want to make sure the combined total weight of those bikes is no more than 70 pounds. And you really want to go on the lower end versus on the higher end, because it'll be a sad day if you're driving down the road and all of a sudden your bike come off this little racky thing and fall down the daggone road. Whether you paid $100 for that bike or $1,000 for that bike, you would not be happy seeing that bike roll down the road. So be sure that when you are getting one of those racks to hold your bike, that it's the right rack for the weight of your bike. And okay, I think that's going to be it for now for this video. This is like my first video, so be patient with me, guys. Hopefully with more experience, I'll get better as time go on. But this video is just pretty much about cheap bikes from Walmart and getting a bike rack so you can bring that bike home. And that's it. Like, comment, and subscribe if you have any questions. Please feel free to post them. I don't have a lot of subscribers right now, so I definitely have time to read these comments and answer. If you didn't like anything that I said, just let me know what I can work on and I'll see what I can do. Now, what would you do if you're sitting at home feeling all alone and you want to get a bike, but you're home down and you want to get a bike and you don't want a car now? All right, bye. Oh yeah, don't forget, be a bike rider. Do it for yourself. Do it for you, for the love of just riding a bike. Peace out, y'all. See y'all next time. Deuces.